Wgop. What's going on, Pittsburgh? This is a town hall meeting with Congresswoman Summer Lee and Mayor Ed Gainey with SEIU Healthcare at SEIU headquarters in downtown Pittsburgh.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name's Lee. I'm an organizer with the Healthcare Workers Union, SEIU, Healthcare Pennsylvania. And just got to say first, just really grateful to be in the room with a lot of people who give me hope in the world. Like I said, organize with nurses and nursing home workers and healthcare workers, home care workers across the state who are trying to build their unions, grow their unions in a very hard time right now as workers' rights are under attack, corporate interests are given more and more leeway, the labor board is also being dismantled. I'm also about to, have my first baby very soon, thank you. Thanks all. But in a world where every day we see on the news that parents are being taken pretty violently and abruptly from their own children, from their pregnant wives, in a world where the future of public education is really uncertain, in a world where birthing and healthcare becomes more dangerous. So again, just grateful you're all here today. And also very grateful for Congresswoman Summer Lee and Mayor Ed Gainey. It really just can't be easy to be an elected leader in today's world who has your values, the values of people in this room. And we've seen time and time again that Congresswoman Lee, Mayor Gainey are just completely uncompromising in their willingness and ability to stand up for our communities in Pittsburgh and beyond. That's not easy to do. It's unfortunately all too rare in this world, and it's such a model of what elected leadership could be and should be in this world. So we're really lucky to have both of you with us in Pittsburgh and representing us beyond. And of course, whether we're able to resist the Trump agenda depends on all of us in this room. It's only going to happen if individuals and organizations and leaders comply. And so really looking forward to hearing from some other folks in the room about how they're organizing in our community to resist Trump's agenda and lead us forward to not only survive, but to rise above it all in this world. So we're first going to hear from Congresswoman Lee about what is happening in DC right now.
All right. Thank you so much. And to the mayor and to everyone who's here, right, these are times that call on us to not be inactive and not to, to sit back. But instead, it's a time where we kind of have to go outside of our comfort zone and be incredibly active. You said it, right? When I think about, for me, just personally, right? Be a congressperson. I mean, the answer 6 years ago was no, right? Would I ever have thought that I'd be a congressperson serving in a time where our country is facing the biggest crisis that we've ever had? A constitutional crisis, a democracy crisis, a crisis that is actually getting to the heart of whether or not or how this nation will exist into the future. I would have never have thought about it. I would have never have conceived it. But I think that a lot of us in these spaces could have conceived what could be possible if we watch or allow people who have fascist, racist, or xenophobic views run our government and run our country. And that's the moment that we're in right now. We talk a lot about the fact that we don't have the House. We don't have the Senate, we don't have the White House, and in many ways we don't have the Supreme Court. And the number one question that we get in this moment is what are we doing to fight back? Summer, what are you doing? What can we do? Is the second question that we get. And I think that the most important thing that we have to do is we have to get people good information. We have to help people to understand what's happening. There's so much coming down. We talk about the flooding of the zone. And for so many people in this room, you may have been impacted not in one way, but in several ways. And then oftentimes, if you're impacted in one way, you might not even be able to think about the ways you've been impacted in others. We have union workers who, whether or not you are a federal union worker, if there is an anti-union action taken against one, it's taken against all.
No, listen, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm always happy to be in the room with Summer Lee, Congresswoman Summer Lee, and listen to her speak and feed us about what's going on the federal level. I think the more that she gives us a dish to eat in regards to what's going on the federal level, it prepares us more on the local level. And so for me, it's always refreshing to be able to get that food and give me the thoughts that I need to make sure that we're leading properly at the city level. I remember the day after Donald Trump got elected, I couldn't even go to work because at the end of the day, it was just painful. It was painful because we understand what one man can do in regards to his perception and what he wants to do in the United States. And it had been the first time that we've been dictated to or ruled by an elected president and an appointed president from South Africa, but the president wanted to make a whole notion about Obama's birther, but got in the office and put a man from South Africa into a place to be able to dictate, be able to create Dodge, or be able to create some things at the end of the day will bring terror on America. And so locally, what we did on November 16th is we got all our advocacy groups together, whether the LGBTQA, whether our civil rights groups, whether our unions, we were all in the room to talk about what we were going to do, how we was going to stand up. We talked about immigration. We talked about a lot of things that we know would have an impact in this region and would be able to hurt our people. I wanted us to have this conversation so everybody could feel each other's pain. See, I can't stand up until I understand the pain that you really feel. And I wanted our city to be able to feel each other's pain in a way that at the end of the day, we would rise up with unprecedented unity in order to fight against a demon that right now wants to destroy and destruct the whole fabric of America.
To see the full video, go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/18Rico.